So I'm Jamia. I'm 16. Anyways, I guess before I like came to Christ, I don't know. Like I wasn't like a bad kid. I just, I didn't really care about anything. I didn't have any motivation to do anything. Like I feel like you just did things. Like I didn't care if my grades weren't bad, but I just didn't care. Like I didn't try. Friends, I did. I was a follower. Like I went to everything my friends wanted to do, and if I didn't look like they looked, I felt like I wasn't right. Like, oh man, I have to try to wear these little shorts because if I don't wear these little shorts, I'm not gonna fit in with them, and the boys ain't gonna look at me. And I don't know. I started coming here, and like they talked about God. We would have chronic praise and Bible study, but I never really paid attention. Like it was just like, okay, I have to do this, and I can go play basketball with the boys, or go swim with the boys, or go outside with the boys. And I don't know. I came when I was 7, so it didn't really matter at first. And then I started hanging out with two girls from my neighborhood, and they kind of, I don't know. I called them my role models back then. I don't know what they kind of modeled for me. I guess bad behavior, but like I was following them, and I was doing what they did, and staying out and doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I'm young. And my parents were like, "You too young to be doing all of this and going through all of that." And it was just like my parents, they never really made Christianity sound like anything. I knew you had to pray every night, but I mean, they didn't. Going to church was like Mother's Day and like Easter, stuff like that. So I mean, I never really went to church and stuff like that when I was younger. And so, anyways, I stopped coming here for a long time because I felt like it was just too much structure, and they always talk about this person named Jesus, and I didn't care about Jesus. And I'm like, why do we have to listen to this all the time? Like, I don't care. So I stopped coming here, and like when I stopped coming here, that's when I really got in trouble. Like I was getting kicked out of school. I was just always forever on punishment. I mean, whoopings like every single day. Like, ugh. And so I came back because my friend, one of the girls I was following, started coming here. And I came back or whatever, and I had to be like 12. And so now everything kind of makes sense. Like, they would talk about Jesus, and I would be like, okay. Okay, I kind of understood a little bit more. I'm like, all right. But I still didn't care, like, Jesus. No, nobody to me, like, okay, whatever. I didn't have a Bible, nothing. None of that. Like, I would pray and be like, God, I want some days tomorrow. I hope my dad, like, don't whoop me for getting kicked out of school. Amen. And go to sleep. Like, feeling nothing. Like, I had did what I was supposed to do. Oh, thank you, God. Maybe at the end, one of them. And, so, like, I started going here more. And then, the Miss Rochelle came here. And, I'm fast. I'm falling behind all the girls, and I want a boyfriend real bad. Like, all right, I'm gonna do what it got, what it got to do. And Miss Rochelle came, and she was talking about this guy she had been dating or whatever. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, well, I'm about to get married and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. How'd you find a husband? She's like, well, God, like if you're a follower of Christ, he'll give you all the desires of your heart. I'm thinking, cha-ching, I hit the jackpot. God, who is this guy? And she's like, God and Jesus, they please. I'm like, Jesus. Oh, Jesus is God. I'm tired of Jesus. Like, so basically she was just saying like how God or Jesus or whatever, how he played a big role in her life, how she had been believing she was a kid, and how basically he gave her everything she ever wanted. And I guess when she married Ken, I was like, oh, that's what's up. So God will give me a boyfriend or something. I'm all right. I'm down with God, like, I'll follow God. So I, quote unquote, gave my life to the Lord, but wasn't living like a Christian at all. Like, I'm Christian on Sundays, but on like Monday through like Saturday, I'm doing everything under the sun. But on Sunday morning, when I had to go to church, because my grandma came back, she's like, you gotta start going to church if you a believer, whatever. So I started going to Salem, and I wasn't really, I didn't go to the kid thing. I didn't care. I didn't want to be at Salem because I felt like it was too big of a church. And they talked about Jesus, and I'm tired of Jesus. And so, I'm still just acting like whatever. But I mean, when people ask me, like when Rochelle would be like, how are you with Jesus? I would be like, oh, so holy, holy. I'm trying. I'm doing all this, and I'm doing that. I'm just trying to be a good person. And I really wasn't. I'm like, I don't understand what it means to be a Christian. I'm just thinking I could be like all the other Christians I seen in church. Being that I was a follower, I followed the Christians. I mean, the girls who I thought were Christians because they did the same thing I did. On Sunday, they were all Christians. They were all holy. They were cool. But Monday through Saturday, it was, you do what you want to do. And then on Sunday, you got to get it together. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I can't, I don't know why I was such a follower. Like, I don't understand why, because I've always had a unique personality, but I've always just been like, okay, I'm just going to do what everybody else is doing because I don't want to seem like, like an outcast, like a lame or anything, you know. And so, like I said, I was not doing what a Christian's supposed to be doing. So then I moved to Minnesota, and my parents, like, they split up. They had this big argument, and I remember that's the first time I really prayed. You know, I was like, God, I mean, I just want everything to be okay in my family, and I'm just crying or whatever. And my aunt Tracy's like, plead the blood of Jesus, and I'm like, oh my gosh, not Jesus, like, no. And she's like, plead the whatever. I'm like, okay, why do I plead the blood of Jesus? So I'm just praying to God. I didn't know they were the same people for a long time, like. I'm just praying to God. Like, I just hope everything's okay. So we moved to Minnesota. I'm kind of changing. And there, I had a new identity. Like, I didn't have to follow everybody because I didn't know anybody. You know, and so I was like, this is my chance to, be different. But my being different was not the right being different. Like, I still wanted all the attention. So I was wearing low-cut shirts and little skirts to school thinking that was the new Jamia. And I had girls from Minnesota who followed me. So I felt like I was really doing something. So then I moved back from Minnesota, like, the end of 8th grade. And when I came back to the Hope Center, like the first day I got back in Omaha. And they was talking about some camp, and my brother and sister had went the year before, so I'm thinking I don't want to go to the same camp as them, especially on the Jesus camp. Like, this is not gonna be fun at all. So my dad makes me go, which kind of sucks. And no, this is before. This is the first year Kiara and Farrell both went, and then I'm like, okay, I didn't want to go. They came back talking about God, and I just seen like my brother and my sister both claiming they God, and I was like, oh, because I'm a follower, I'm gonna follow them because they like God, and all my family is praising them for being Christians or whatever. So I'm gonna do the same thing they doing. Well, the next time camp rolled around, I was like, I want to go because I want to see this experience that everybody's getting. So I get to camp the first year. The first day, I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, no, I'm ready to go home. It's nasty, and all these people claim to love Jesus, but I hear them cussing. So, whatever. Like, everybody's hypocrites. All Christianity is hypocrite. Like, I just didn't believe that Christians could be good. So, I guess the first like like 2 days, after that, it started being more fun. Like, I don't know. And I had a counselor named Miss Comfort, and we were sitting on the porch one day, and she asked me why I came to camp, and I was like, because my sisters and my brothers came, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to do what they're doing. And she's like, but even though you're not together, you don't care. And I'm like, nah, I really want to go home. I really don't like being here, but then I had met Janava or whatever, and she was talking. She just knew so much about God. Like, she had her Bible, and she was so ready, and I didn't have a Bible. I'm like, why she got a Bible? And so then I really felt like I was this awkward. I didn't fit in. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. And Miss Comfort, she's telling me like, God has chosen you, and that's why you're here. Or whatever. I'm like, no, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I filled out the application and got on the bus. And she's like, no, you're here because God has chosen you. So I'm just giving her all these reasons why God could not choose me. Like, no, like, I'm not worth it. I do this, I do that. I'm not a good person. I'm such a follower. And she's like, okay, it's good that you're a follower, but you have to follow the right people. And I'm like, who is following the right people? She's like, or the right person. And I'm like, who's that? And she's like, God. I'm like, I don't want to follow God. I don't. No, it's not fun. And she's like, well, she's like, why do you think it's not fun? Because you have to have too many rules and you have to do this, and nobody's a perfect Christian. Like, she's like, that's just the point. Nobody's perfect. And I'm like, what? If you're a Christian, you're supposed to be perfect because ain't God perfect? And she's like, yeah, but God's the only person that's perfect. I mean, there's people who strive for perfection, but that's in His image. And I'm like, whatever, you know, I'll try to strive for perfection. And she's like, well, you're just a follower, and why is it so hard for you to follow God and do the right thing? And I'm like, because it's not easy. I mean, I'm gonna look like an outcast. She's like, oh, so you don't care if you like a bad person, but you care if you look like a good Christian girl. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't care what you talk about because nobody else in my grade or where I live at wants to be a good Christian girl. And she had asked me about Janava, and she's like, what about Janava? It's
No, it's about to.
oh, okay, so she's like, you know who Janava is? Like, ain't she from Omaha or whatever? I'm like, yeah, but I don't really kick it with her. Like, if when I get back, we're not gonna be cool. We're not gonna talk. So, I mean, what's the use of building a bond now that ain't gonna last? And she's like, well, you need to become friends with her because she knows a lot and you can help her too. I'm like, help her. I mean, she already a good girl. She already got a good image. And they was like, you don't know that. I mean, because if you don't know Janava, then how do you know she has a good image? I'm like, I don't know. She has a Bible. And so, she's talking, and I'm like trying, like, I guess like really the devil on one side and God on one side, because the devil's feeding all this you're never gonna be good enough. You can't follow Christ because He doesn't want you. You're dirty, filthy. You do all these things, and so I'm like making myself a smaller person. Like I can't do this, and so